honestly, they've been red hot recently. They've actually been really stepping things up in scrims and really stepping things up since after Anaheim, and I'm excited to see all the hard work come into play here.
So I'm gonna give you credit that you're right. They've been stepping it up in scrims. They've been putting work in, but did you witness the series they just had? I think it was on the D stream or the C stream. They lost to Quadrant just recently. So G2 already took a big loss, unfortunately, coming into this, and then they're going up against eUnited. I mean, what a final boss to defeat. Following eUnited, their expectation would not only be to beat G2, it would be to just run them over in this series to showcase that they still have what it takes to be in top 3. eUnited fighting for a totally different ball game here, Tony. And that first fight going to take place on Bazaar CTF.
The last time G2 and eUnited ran into each other, it was actually in a scrim just yesterday. And although G2 might have lost in that scrim, they were looking good. Sab actually had the most kills in the entire lobby throughout 8 games. So to lose a scrim and still be able to slay out is quite impressive. I'm going to be looking to Sab to make plays.
You might be looking at Sab, but Tony, I'm looking at Spartan, always a main slayer on eUnited. Let's see what he does off the rip. Beeline straight to the shotty. Already got access to enemy lines, and as he gets there with rockets sailing by, he's not worried. He'll take the kill. I'm pretty sure they just took down 3 with that opening.
Spartan the dog putting the bulldog to action immediately, and that's going to be mid-rocket map control going in favor of eUnited, and Rayne able to get away with the overshield as well. We already have G2 on the ropes as eUnited look to grind forward.
Key to success in Halo Infinite is to control the sandbox, and Tony, I mean, look at the sandbox control. They got the OS to just plow straight through the front doors. Rayne gonna try to stay up. In the meantime, he gets a back smack on the way through Treehouse, so some nice plays as he gets right back into locker. Good vantage point to hold on to.
And Rayne has his entire team already playing offense onto G2's base. G2 needs to do something to clear out eUnited. Otherwise, we're going to see a flagpole. But we do see one. eUnited actually, I'm sorry, it's G2.
Is
it G2?
And you know what? This is something that I've noticed from G2 in their play is they just go for the overextension. Treat it like Halo 5 Coliseum. Just get one player in back base with an early flagpole, draw their attention, and take them away from center map. You can see Sparty. He does get the return, but him committing to it hopefully gives G2 time to get back to vantage points to do the damage.
And that's exactly what it did. You notice that there was literally 3 players of eUnited in G2's base. That should have been a pull. They literally had to stop, go back for mid-map control, clear out the base, and now G2 are starting to find slays. 3 down, go eUnited.
Well, the worry here, though, is G2 pour their resources out to bottom mid, and then Nick comes in and cleans up shop. He'll put damage in for the 3rd. That's RyaNoob who picks it up. RyaNoob going to try to hold his position out bottom mid. You can see Sat with the angle up above, but they got to stay alive in time for that OS. And Sat, the only real line of defense, and not too much he can do here.
Excellent denial grenades, denying access for Sat to get sights on that overshield, and while that happens, RyaNoob was able to sneak in, and now he's going to put it to work. And mind you, at the bulldog as well, putting the shotty to the body. 3 out of 4 members of G2 go down. We could see a flagpole going in favor of eUnited.
You know, I'd like to say that RyaNoob knocked in the doors, but he pretty much just busted him down, Tony. He's going to come through with the flag, take it straight through alley. As he does it, look at that kill feed. We already got 2 kills coming up from eUnited, and RyaNoob just staying alive, right? The attention that he draws to himself gives Rayne free access to clean this run up.
Love the relay coming in out of Rayne. He already has it towards the base. Hasn't been touched yet. As I say, that nades start to fly. Rayne well aware of it, dropping the flag and immediately put out damage. And look at that. Without any timing loss whatsoever. Goes right for the pull, and we have a 1-0 lead going in favor of eUnited.
Clean run out of eUnited. They're looking good as expected. G2, can they do anything from center back to try to fight back here? I mean, as we say, look at this. Return fire, G2, eUnited just coming out so hot off the flag cap that they got the sandbox off that too.
Things are getting dangerous. G2 needs to find a way to slow down eUnited. They cannot be able to cap flags and have that same player rotate back towards mid-map and steal away rockets uncontested. That cannot happen, Alex.
Rayne, the awareness, right? He looks up above. Here's a player on his left-hand side. He'll clean it up. In the meantime, eUnited going to mount the challenge here. RyaNoob with a kill on the feed. Getting tagged up from behind. G2 will clean him up. Can they do enough to do the defense here, though? RyaNoob still up. still being a nuisance. Tony, this is round number 2 for RyaNoob in the flag runs.
That flag does get pulled, but they don't have the slays just yet. RyaNoob actually going to hesitate and go in for the shot. Ends up earning himself a killing spree. RyaNoob nerding out, gets the assist on the board as well, so they're starting to get these kills, and most likely that flag will be relayed forward.
And there ain't no hesitation in that gameplay, that's for sure. The man just iced up. Straight Sick does take his trade, but in the end, is it all for naught? Sparty can't quite get the flag through Treehouse, so thankfully for G2, they do have some defense. You can see Tusk does have the OS. Can he keep it on the body, though? At the very least, they can get the flag back to base. But that's just half the battle. They still got to win the fight center map.
Yeah, I'm really happy Tusk was able to get away with the overshield, but I think he was only able to get 1 kill with it before being drained. That overshield, not as powerful in Halo Infinite as it was, say, in Halo 5 or Halo 3. You really got to be careful and try to avoid as much damage as possible.
As G2 start to push up here, can they find an opportunity to break through, though? Unfortunately, it looks like eUnited going to stack their numbers over to Ali's side. G2, we need to see him control bottom mid, something eUnited have done so exceptionally well, mainly because the Dynamos are out center. You can see Tusk currently throwing him down. And as long as Tusk can stay up and be that nuisance, he opens up opportunities for Gilkey and team to also make plays.
First strike going in favor of G2. Gilkey tries to get the second one, but wasn't able to take Spartan down. RyaNoob still on that mid-map control, and you're seeing eUnited fight for control here on Bazaar. They are not making it easy on G2 to grind back into the game.
I have seen all too much RyaNoob gameplay on Bazaar, and I know RyaNoob's gameplay, or his play style on this map. It is to control rockets pretty much the entire game and stay alive. And that's exactly what he's doing. If they don't take him off of this power position, it is a dangerous situation for G2. What will they do? They'll find him. Tusk not going to let that man sneak around.
That was a great flank coming in from Tusk to be able to take down RyaNoob. Now the rocket side control going in favor of G2. That same control that you were talking about that you want to see from RyaNoob and eUnited. Tusk going to try to be elusive, staying alive. Meanwhile, that overshield and rockets coming up at the exact same time. This is a pivotal point in the game.
You got to pay attention to Tusk's awareness here, too. Dipping down to grab the spike nades just to get some cross-map damage as he stays up. He'll put the crossfire in to help Sab out, but Sab in a lot of trouble. He'll go down. I'm pretty sure they just lost the OS on that vantage point. Love the little P&P there to showcase it. We got rockets on the back of Nick in the meantime, so everything looking good for eUnited to do the damage here.
Yeah, I think G2 are playing well. I mean, they're getting these individual slays and they're getting moments of map control, but I mean, I would say 70% of this game has been all eUnited. It's only a 1-0 lead in favor of eUnited, but honestly, if you told me this was 3-0 or 4-1, I'd believe you. They're controlling Bazaar.
I mean, Tony, take a look at the slays on the board. You can't even compare it, right? 11, 11, 13, 12, it just continues to stack. Everybody double digits, and nobody double digits on the side of G2 in slays, and if they don't win their fights, they're not going to get the flag at a base. Heck, they're not going to make it at their own base. You can see the entire team actually overextending for a last-ditch effort. Tony, they got to play defense on this flag run.
RyaNoob known for his nerdy gameplay, but people forget, man, he's a free-for-all champion. He can slay with the best of them as well and win those pivotal gunfights, and he's going to have to do just that because they have to clear out their base before they're able to run this flag forward. RyaNoob did a great job of putting out shots, staying alive, Spartan, and to finally kill the melee with the flag, and eUnited are putting their second on the board.
That's got to hurt. That melee with the bottom of the flag there, that can't be pretty. I'm pretty sure it's spiked on the end there too, Tony. Whew, and that pushed G2 down. It was a valiant effort, though, right? Sending 3 of their numbers to the opposite base to try to stop them. But once again, right back to center map. A bit of a rinse and repeat here for eUnited as they slow it down.
We all know that Covenant stolen technology, the shields, have nothing against a flag melee to the face. Absolutely nothing.
There's no realism there, right?
Spartan able to take down Gilkey off the screen here. RyaNoob doing a great job of controlling this middle map as the shock grenades are coming up, and overshield as well. Love the positioning coming out of him, but he has to stay alive.
And who else to stay alive but RyaNoob? Tony, he's literally the best in the game at it. Gonna sit by the Dynamos. He's waiting to grapple the OS. Slightly too early on it, but he's okay. Puts it on the body, cancels the animation with the clamber there too. So just taking advantage of mechanics here to make sure he stays alive in this situation and puts the damage down.
RyaNoob making his way over towards the top bar side. He does have 3 enemy players here right under him. Tusk going down to one shot, makes him one shot, then trusts his teammate to go in for the cleanup kill. Immediately puts the Bulldog to work, and that's going to be assist 2 down for G2. eUnited are going to take advantage of this.
And notice how they don't go for flag right away. Still holding down center map here. Rockets coming up shortly as well. They might just be playing this out for a little bit, playing for sandbox, for full map control. You can see in the meantime, Rayne getting a little aggressive with that grapple. He does lose his life for it. RyaNoob just going to kind of let that slide for now. He's got a great vantage point. He's putting some great shots in, but is it enough, right? You can see he's slowly losing numbers, and the time is of the essence here. Rockets about to pop. RyaNoob decides to leave him behind.
Well, he's slowly losing numbers the opposite way because G2 just went 3 down. That's another 2 down. And RyaNoob somehow still alive here. And he has KingNick with him and Rayne looking to make it rain with the rockets in hand.
And he's about to do just that. But what a brilliant play out of RyaNoob if you think about it, right? They do get the trades. RyaNoob knows his teammates are spawning. They'll be spawning behind them. Let Rayne get the rockets. He can advance up on the map.
Yes.
And take that positioning. He's still up on the map, by the way. Rayne about to put the rockets to work. There goes Sab. Is it enough to get a flagpole? Not likely at this rate, but they do have positioning.
Great kill by Gyoki to take down that rocket player and then also be able to grapple out of that non-advantageous position. Sure. Now we're seeing Gyoki start to get that tower side control that you were talking about before, but it means nothing when the Bulldog is in play.
Same guy, same shotgun. I'm pretty sure he's been alive this whole time. He went to the back of their base. He said, nah, I'm out, I'm alone. RyaNoob is so good at recognizing situations where he is at a disadvantage and just hopping out and then hopping right back in when you least expect it.
15 kills, 14 assists, somehow has only died 7 times.
My God.
RyaNoob doing an excellent job here in game number 1. Rayne dropping the people's elbow onto Tusk. Numbers once again going in favor of eUnited, and there's only 1 minute and 43 seconds on the clock. G2 are on the ropes.
This game went by quick, Tony. Didn't even notice it. Like you said, time is a factor. And they don't even have Slays to stand up to him at this rate, just getting kind of hammered. eUnited not worried about the timer, though. They're going to pull that 3rd flag. G2 likely going to go for the overextension once again, but is it too little too late at this point?
I mean, there's still time on the board. I would like to see that G2 can get around the Slays, pull that flag, and maybe we see something happen here. But it's going to be really tough. eUnited are playing lights out right here on Bazaar.
Tony, I've seen a few matches on Bazaar CTF at this point, and in my history of witnessing it, in a minute, 2 flag caps back-to-back, highly unlikely. But we'll see. G2 are on their side of the map. They do have a pull. We would need to see perfect play. They would have to cap a flag, and they'd have to touch a second to trigger a sudden death. And they'd have to return this, by the way. Rayne's still making plays over here in Alley.
Great job for Rayne to keep that height advantage and to keep himself out of harm's way to grapple that flag forward.
Timer
and there's not a chance of going to sudden death. As of right now, G2 not only have to cap the flag, but then force sudden death afterwards. Like you said, time is definitely not on their side.
They just put the controller down, too. I think Tusk just stopped playing because right now eUnited has them locked in a checkmate, right? Regardless of what happens with that flag, they're sitting in the opposite base. They got it covered. So we'll be bleeding out the last few seconds on this game, but eUnited, the dominance you'd expect out of this team because they're shooting higher than just this win. They're shooting for top 3, top 2. They want to win this thing.
eUnited are dangerous. I'm excited, man.
Dangerous.
Second place at Raleigh.
Yep.
3rd place at Anaheim.
Right.
And the only thing left is 1st place. That's what they're gunning for.
Which you'd expect, which you'd hope for. But I think Gaskin brought up a great point on the desk. They've gone from dominance to decline, so to speak, right? They started out with 2nd place. Anaheim 3rd place, looking pretty good. But every single game or every tournament that comes from it, they continue to kind of decline maybe 1 place at a time. FaZe, I think, a good example of that. Not sure if they even made it top 6, maybe, just within. Not looking quite as good. And another great point by Gaskin. He's just full of great points today. But the Mangler meta is no longer existent, and since it's disappeared, so has eUnited's, maybe game plan. I think one thing that eUnited excel at more than most teams is sandbox control.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think eUnited have declined whatsoever. In fact, I think they're playing great. I just think everybody's getting better, man. Optic literally made a change after a 2nd place finish. We have Sentinels playing absolutely lights out.
Right.
Cloud9 are doing Cloud9 things. eUnited are still playing great. And honestly, this is their chance to prove that they're not only still in the running for a championship, but hey, they can literally win against any one of these teams. I can say they could beat Cloud9. I can say they could beat Optic. If they're playing at their apex, they're playing at their peak, eUnited might be one of the most dangerous teams that we have in this tournament.
Great point. I can't disagree with you, Tony. Absolutely right. If they're playing their game, they can take anyone, that's for sure. But despite what you said, despite you being right, everybody else getting better, if they're not also getting better, then that's almost like the same as them getting worse, so to speak, right? Like, they got to continue to also get better with the rest of the league and stay in that top echelon, at least consistently. And for us to witness that, for us to, I guess, believe in that journey, I want to see, or you'd want to see them dominate, continue to dominate. So far, so good, right? No real opening for G2 in that game. If we kind of recount the history of that game right there, did we really see any flag pull out of G2 that looked promising out of them? I think we saw flag pulls in attempts to stop counter pulls from the other side of the map, right? But no real opportunity to cap a flag out of G2 there.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried about G2 because if eUnited up 1-0 in the series, one of the things that make eUnited so deadly in a best-of-5 series is what they always seem to win Game 2 Slayer. So if they're gonna win out the second version of Bazaar CTF after the reset, things gonna be really tough.
You know what I love about main stage, Tony, is main stage replays. Yeah. We got replay of our last game here in RyaNoob. What a nuisance this man was, right? Not only the kills that he put down, you remember that life with the shotgun? Right, he lived for what felt like 3 minutes, getting into the back of their base, pulling flag, realizing he wasn't safe, coming right back to Rockets, just continuing to control the map.
Incredible plays across the board here for eUnited, but you know what about that pull from G2? Didn't that, I mean, that early pull to actually stop eUnited from grinding forward and make eUnited clear out that mid-map and then going for the return. I honestly thought that was really good coming out of G2, and if they can continue to make plays like that and force eUnited to change up their game plan, force eUnited to adapt as opposed to allowing them to set the pace of the map. Right. I think G2 can steal a game, maybe 2, and hey, here we go to Game 5. And
that's a good point. Like you said, Sab with that early overextension. You know, and shout out to Coach Callis, I think, for initiating on plays like that, and that's something that we're starting to see more of. Is Bazaar is faster paced now than it used to be because we see a lot more overextensions. We see players kind of slip to the back of the base, get that pull, draw the attention, even if they don't get the cap.
Sab is going to be that leading Slayer, but needs someone else to step up. I'm looking at Gilkey. I've been watching Gilkey for a long time. We're talking all the way back in Halo 3, and if there's one player that I would not want to challenge with a BR in hands, it's that young man out of New York.
Gilkey is no doubt a devastating contribution to the G2 roster, but can it translate into this game? Here he is on screen, and the opening strat so pivotal here in Game 2.
Gilkey immediately tries to stay alive despite being one shot, but RyaNoob is not going to allow that to happen. Opens up with a triple kill to start off our game.
Don't let him. He almost got the over there too, Tony. RyaNoob just lighting everything up to start the game, and that can't be a good look if you're on G2.
Whew. We 18 seconds in, I'm already out of breath over here. I'm tired. Oh my God.
I've been out of breath, Tony. Welcome to the club.
Rayne able to get the camouflage in hands and immediately takes that card side control. That's going to be an easy kill onto the utility side, but he's not done yet. Without any timing loss, immediately focuses on the final 2 players on G2 that are hiding in the base. And look at that collapse. That's just teamwork.
And I mean, that's the beauty of opening up so strong in the starting strat is you get around to Slays and an opportunity for spawn control, and eUnited, they collapse on those opportunities flawlessly. Everyone's spawning up on blue side this time. And with a perimeter on the map here, you can see eUnited just kind of feeling them out, just going to wait for a good opportunity here.
Rayne trying to stay alive here to the utility side. It does have some help, so look at the bait and switch come on the bottom side. Wow. It looks like G2 are grinding forward from the top closet. Beautiful play by Straight Sick, and then he immediately pulls back for that mid-map control. That's what it's all about here. 3 down for eUnited, and the 4th one will fall as well.
It does come out as a trade, but you like to see that confidence out of Straight Sick. Tony, we talked about it. When the main stage pressure hits you, it's those who maintain the confidence, maintain a little bit of the ego behind the play, who can come out of some of these exchanges on top. A little bait and switch gonna come out of eUnited though, as they push up into blue. Straight Sick again gonna shut him down. Not letting it happen. Tusk with a kill too.
Back-to-back kills once again going in favor of G2. Straight Sick, excellent shots, but a high IQ play to simply back down and play his life. His life is much more valuable than him just trading out a kill there, and Gilkey was able to get away with the heat wave. Not for long though.
I mean, Tony, you said it, you gotta play your life and stay alive. Unfortunately, Gilkey could not do it, but enough for Sab to pick up off of it. He'll grab the camo. Can he skate out of this? He can't. He didn't activate it either. The camo sits down bottom mid. At the very least, you got G2 who can call it out. Gilkey's on top of it, but now it just becomes a distraction for G2. Okay, he managed to survive. They've managed to fight them off. Camo, heat wave, thrust. He's got everything he can need.
Gilkey, as of right now, is the most deadly player on Aquarius. That combination of the heat wave and the camouflage is deadly. Off-screen, KingNick does find the kill onto Tusk. So now G2 don't have numbers. Straight Sick is gonna die as well, and Gilkey's by himself. Catches a stray grenade, but he's still alive.
No hit markers on those nades. They don't know he's here, but they know now. Gilkey will come back with a reversal kill. Can he get a second? No, stick down, doesn't hit. There goes his life. There goes the thrust in the heat wave as well in the hands of RyaNoob. Uh-oh.
Switching gears towards RyaNoob. He's nading his teammate's X right there. He knows there should be some pressure coming in towards the car side of the map. RyaNoob still having that heat wave. So that tells me that he wants to get close. He wants to get in the face of G2 because it is so good at that one-shot melee or even that two-shot straight to the body.
Tony, look at the rotation on this. G2 sending 3 together through car. Gilkey playing back by himself. And that numbers advantage is going to stack their way through utility. Look at it as they take kills here. RyaNoob, he's aware of it now. Can he pick up one of his own? He's down below behind Sab. Sab doesn't hear it. Sab about to get melted for this, but he's being a nuisance. RyaNoob still can't find him. Okay, finally, Nick will take the kill. Bit of a ghost there he's chasing.
RyaNoob currently 9-3, make that 9-4 with 2 assists, really going off early here on Aquarius, and eUnited needs it. They don't want to give G2 any chances.
No.
They want to end this at 3-0 if possible, because if you give G2 an inch, you know they'll demand a mile.
And well, they might want that, Tony. This is a close game. It's a nail biter right here. 25-23. eUnited do pull away with 2, thanks to the Dynamo. How much more can they get? RyaNoob with one of the feet. Spartan gonna snap onto Gilkey. There he goes. 2 up on pink side. eUnited now aware of it too, and you can see the perimeter starting to form. They're going to collapse on pink here, and G2, they need to bait their lives and play it slow.
KingNick, one of the most aggressive players that we have here on eUnited, loves making teams uncomfortable. He loves finding the back smack as well. Almost able to get the double kill onto Straight Sick, but the damage has been done. You're seeing eUnited take advantage of all the damage that Sick was able to put in. That's going to be a double kill. 3 down once again from G2, and Sad, the final player alive. But look at that God spawn by Straight Sick. He spawns right next to him.
Are you sure that's a God spawn? That ain't a God spawn, Tony. Straight Sick, he's going to get melted. RyaNoob's going off. Right now, he needs God. There you go. Killing spree for RyaNoob in a double, but the awareness out of him too. You see how he snapped down to P1 to take the kill? His teammate came in, and it was Rayne who came in and collected the fridge kill behind him. He's still going with a bang shot onto Sab. He'll convert that into a double. You can't shut the man down.
This is what makes eUnited so dangerous. When they're on a roll, it is so hard to stop them, and G2 are finding out just that. RyaNoob bringing the heat, taking down Straight Sick. That's going to be 2 down for eUnited, but RyaNoob and them are still in control. They are still looking so good in this Game 2 of Aquarius.
You know what, Tony? I got a recommendation for the G2 roster. Don't look at RyaNoob's stat line right now. It ain't pretty for you. 18-4 out of this guy, making 19! A killing frenzy! He's popping off!
Somebody needs to stop this man. A killing frenzy.
No, don't stop him. I'm having too much fun.
RyaNoob is absolutely going off. This is his playground right now. Like you said, 19-4, still has that heat wave in hand. Ends up finding another one, the 20th kill coming out of RyaNoob nerds.
Viewers in the chat, understand that when you hit a frenzy, there is a layer of pressure behind every move you make, but RyaNoob, he ain't feeling it. He's still going, still getting kills despite it.
Go off, King. Go off. I want to see, at this point, I want to see it running wide.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to see it now. RyaNoob, and look at that. Look, he's within elbows of his teammate. This is a beautiful bait and switch that we're seeing. Doesn't get the kill, but still gets the assist. Beautiful plays coming out of eUnited.
And at this point, you're just witnessing what is unfortunately the mental destruction at G2 as they cannot find their footing here. Tony, 45-33, falling apart at every angle. 20-4, by the way. He is still approaching that running run. Oh, what? That was sick, Sab. I'll give you that, but it ain't enough.
Sab making some plays, but it is still eUnited. They are 2 kills away from going up 2-0 in the series, and it's largely because of that man, RyaNoob. 20 kills in a Game 2 slate.
Did he? Oh, he did die. 20-5, but man, what a performance out of eUnited. You can't shut them down. The moment they get going, they just don't stop.
They really don't, and now I'm worried about G2. At this point, getting swept is a legit reality right now. eUnited had all the momentum, and they're looking good. they really are looking good in this series.
Gotta love RyaNoob, just cool as a cucumber after that one. Expected, right? Just another day on the job. 20-4. It was 20-5 in the end, so the running riot did not quite become a reality, but just picking up assists as he goes, and I think that's the biggest thing with the United is their control and their timing and the way that they kind of prioritize slays. That spree from RyaNoob started with a play up on P2, where there was a player milking his life behind Fridge over on yellow side, and there was a player down on P1 one shot. He left the Fridge guy, he drops down to P1, cleans up the one shot instead, because he has faith in his teammate Rayne to go clean up that guy on Fridge, right? It's just the awareness and the timing to take the kills that matter more and come away with those and let your teammates worry about the other tying up the loose ends. And I think that trust, that faith is what puts United on top.
RyaNoob is playing chess. Everybody else playing checkers right now.
Pretty much.
Again, 2-0 lead so far in favor of eUnited, and we're going into Oddball Streets. Do you think G2 have a chance to answer back?
G2 always have a chance.
Okay.
Right? They're a top, I want to say top 8 team, at least top 10, maybe. They can punch their way through. They can definitely punch their way through a game.
Okay.
This is their chance to do it. Bit heartbreaking going through that first loss the way they did, and then the second as well. Note that halfway through that game they were tied, Tony. It was about what, 25 all at one point before they really started to pull away. So they can trade blows, but they just need to maintain the momentum for the end zone, the end of the game. That's been their issue.
We're seeing on camera, and that man in the middle right there, RyaNoob, that's the player G2 needs to slow down. They cannot allow RyaNoob to run amok here on Streets.
That might be the key. I'm just a little worried though. He plays to distract you, right? He wants you to focus on him. We'll see. Either way, G2, they need an answer because this might be their final opportunity to do it. It's going to be Streets Oddball.
Starting on board with the man himself, RyaNoob. Who else will we start off with? Immediately going in for that drop ball, the bulldog in hand, and then drops it immediately to try to create space and try to close the distance on his opponent. Sadly, ends up going down, but so do 3 members of G2.
And with G2 down, Sparty's got free reign to maneuver. So much room for activities out here. Front seat. Rocket's still up, though. Can he take advantage of them? You can see Straight Sick just playing beside the ball. That'll delete him. Shoots through the dead body of Straight Sick into Gilkey. And all as that happens, eUnited, they slip away with the Rockets.
KingNick able to get away with the Rockets. Immediately takes it toward the tire side, but not able to take down Sab. So now Rockets will be changing hands, and that's in the hands of G2.
Now, despite all the action we've witnessed so far, Tony, nobody's picked up the ball yet. It's starting to look like my matchmaking game, if I'm being honest. Either way, Sab knows what he's doing. He'll pick up one of the Sparty. Can he turn and burn a second? G2 on top of ball. Finally, we see the pull. They're going to take it to A side, so maybe a setup opportunity. And that just brings victims to Sab's Rockets.
I thought we were playing Slayer 2.0. We do see some ball time going in favor of G2, but RyaNoob does have the Stalker rifle in hands, and I know how much you're a fan of this weapon.
I do love this weapon, and I think it favors a player with a patient shot. So we'll see what RyaNoob can put together with it. Gonna hold things down from AR. He's about to be in trouble, though. Can he milk his life? Rayne with a kill on the feed, one beside him. And I think he hears it. Those footsteps, they're pretty damn loud in Halo Infinite. But you know what beats the Stalker? I think it's the shotty in close range.
Yeah, there's really not much that can beat the Bulldog in this game, especially from close range. Tusk putting it to work. So now he has a Bulldog in the back pocket, has the Stalker rifle in hand. Tusk can really make some plays for G2, and they can go on a run.
And this is the timing to do it. You can see the ball in PD as they try to collect time here. Rocket's about to spawn. He's got a double dilemma. Can he deal with it? He'll take a trade. Is that enough, though? eUnited still putting in work. Rayne will drop Gilkey with an attempt to follow it up, but Nick there to pick up the slack. Those Rockets now up, but Sab, I think he might be on him.
Yeah, that was another 3 out of 4 members down for G2, so eUnited starting to win these pivotal battles. Luckily, Sab does have the Rockets in hand, not able to get the one-shot kill, but it looks like that player will go down either way. Now to thrust and Rockets in the hands of Sab. That drop ball not gonna save him.
That was a good attempt. Didn't quite work out. That'll be a double for Sab as well as he converts it. And so far, the story in this one, G2 in their sandbox control, Tony, they have locked it down. Tusk with the shotty, Sab with the Rockets, and because of it, they got ball time, but for how long, right? We talked about their issue, and it's the end game. Can they hold down this momentum?
Well, this G2 are stepping it up when it matters most right now. One more loss and they're going down, so they need to fight back here, and that's exactly what they're doing. But Spartan coming in with the Bulldog, ends up catching a blueberry. Couple of those a day, keep the doctor away.
I mean, if I'm the doctor and that the result is your death, then I can't do my job, Tony, so I don't know. Either way, RyaNoob, he picks up the shoddy as a result of the carnage here. Can he use it, though? We got the ball back A as well. New set of Rockets likely gonna be in the fray. I think they were already. They've been done and dusted. RyaNoob just worried about getting kills with the BR in the meantime.
Back-to-back kills do go in favor of G2, but despite not having the numbers, eUnited still trying to find some points on the board, and that's because RyaNoob putting that Bulldog to work. Shots go in, the collapse gonna come in from G2, and we should see that ball change hands. G2 having a chance to once again take the lead.
Tusk gonna get the kill. This is a big perimeter he's just taking off of this too. Holding down PD, all of his nades going into that door. He does not want anybody to knock. The Rockets up center map though, that will draw the eye. Can he deal with Sparty in the meantime though? You can see Gilkey on top of those rocks, and G2 still locking down power weapons, but for how long? Big shutdown on a Rayne. Rocket's gonna sit down, they'll be collected by Tusk, and Tusk is gonna burn him. He'll take Nick, snap onto a second, but Rayne, he's got the better of him.
G2 are approaching the end game of this round, and the question is, can they close it out, especially against a team as experienced and as good as eUnited, because you know they're going to put up one hell of a fight. Rayne having the Stalker rifle in hands, doing a great job of cutting off this angle from Purple Street, so nobody be able to get into the C subway side, at least not easily.
The worry here is the power of this seaside setup. Best way to deal with Rayne is to pinch him from both sides, though thankfully it looks like they'll deal with him. He comes out with a trade. Sab, a last opportunity, last one up. Shoddy is the weapon to do the business, though, but he can't get the ball at a C. You can see his teammates spawned up over on B side, so eUnited still with advantage on ball. They're gonna hold it back. See, RyaNoob got so many weapons, he doesn't know what to do with them all. Looks like he wants them all, apparently. He'll get the ball to a teammate and says, let me make plays.
eUnited subway control looking really good right now. They're locking things down as Spartan off the screen, ends up getting a double kill. That might have been a triple kill. Coming out of Spartan off of screen here, and RyaNoob puts the Stalker rifle to work. G2 are having a hard time breaking the seaside setup.
And this is what we talked about. eUnited, they ice up when it matters most in the end of the game. Locking things down here in C, and locking it down with the Stalker as well. That drop wall futile in this situation. If anybody gets up close and personal, RyaNoob's got an answer for that too. There goes one. Nick will clean it up. Ball still in their hands at this point, about 10 seconds to work with. So G2, they need an answer, and they're not gonna get it at this rate.
Another killing spree being earned by RyaNoob. Currently 12-7 at the moment, but like that 13-7, really putting in the work, and eUnited gonna go up 1-0 so far. They are one round away from not only taking this game, but also taking the series in a sweep.
Well said, Tony. Control the sandbox, you control the game. G2, they did it well in the beginning of the round, but then something happened. They fell apart. I think it was the Stalker, the shotgun, the real key to success, and you can see Spartan showing us why. Back base, just locking down the angle. Nobody gonna go to those Rockets. What I do like about this is at the very least, G2, they grabbed the ball early this time. They got it to high ground, out of the field, or out of center field. But Sparty, don't get in this man's reticle.
Big kill coming out of Spartan. Rayne able to get a hold of the Rockets, still having one in the pod at the moment. Meanwhile, G2 are looking to rotate that ball over towards the PD side of the map. Cut off instantly by KingNick. The Rocket comes in, nobody home here for Rayne, and Sab gets a double kill to slow down eUnited.
Big kills out of G2 here. They're still going straight sick with a double of his own. And G2 gonna keep the ball in their possession, try to get it back to PD. You see straight sick, a forward player to this position, just needs to stay alive, do damage. He'll drop Nick down. They use the drop wall to keep them back. Looks like he's got a Stalker of his own too. This is the ultimate ideal setup here, though Rayne's starting to put an end to it.
G2 able to put a 36-0 run on the board off of that 4 down here, and I gotta hop into the comms of eUnited. I want to know what it sounds like there. Let's go right into it with an Astro listening with eUnited.
I'm here. himself.
Yes, to C. Last guy was in C. I want him. You can rotate to the heady.
It's fucking shit, Ryan.
They're gonna spawn open.
Yo, he's pitching open.
Yeah,
I'm pitching open.
I'm looking red.
I'm gonna die.
Trying to help Nick.
Ice cream.
B.
One shot to B.
He's weak.
Absolutely.
Spikes.
Yeah, you got me. That's solid.
One shot red. Straight
And
to
C. Second guy coming up front.
Can't fucking see him. Shot on the planner still. Absolute B-steps.
Bottom mid.
Rockets, one shot.
Ball.
Nice. Jump.
Second guy B-steps, bro.
Slow.
Second guy B-steps, one
One shot
shot.
B-steps. Yep.
I'm pushing out PD. Plants on me.
we're
Tires.
right, we're
Tires
right.
were shotty. Tusk.
Shit. I died to one rocket. One rocket trash.
I died to hollows.
Rockets,
Hollows.
one shot B-steps.
Out of rockets.
One was hollows. One was hollows.
I got the drop. I'm behind him.
1v2,
Okay.
Nick.
Both weak.
I'm
Both
trying to
weak.
get to you, I guess. One shot. They got B-steps. They're one shot.
Coming, Ryan. I'm coming.
Shit,
Right
went so bad. Two
plants.
PD.
Jump plants arcade.
Two are pillars. Okay, backed up.
I think splits. Dead.
That's it. You're gonna need it here.
He's out.
Yep. I got the spike.
Top sides. Yeah, top sides.
Mando and thrust. I got two
Mando,
shots.
one shot.
Watch out, top spikes. Watch out, top spikes.
Mando down.
Nice. Shot. Top spikes have shields. I spiked them.
Behind me, PD. Behind me, PD.
That's him. That's him. Watch on Ivy.
B stairs on me. I died to bottom B stairs going front C. It looks like front
to
C.
look
Front C
here.
now.
2 shots him.
Indigo. I don't see him.
He's B-steps. He's one B-steps.
Okay. Coming.
There's more purple ones here than there.
No doubt, Tony, there's a lot of confidence on the side of eUnited. They seem very calm, cool, and collected. I'm not sure I can repeat all the words they've been saying in their communication as well. One thing's for sure, they know they can win this.
Yeah, United down by 40 points, but I think I'm more worried about, they might need some soap in the mouths. My God, dirty language coming in out of eUnited. But man, we got to talk about G2. G2 have been finding these slays and locking things down. I'm really impressed with the second half of the game.
eUnited forced to work hard here for time, that's for sure. And that's good to see out of G2. But can they hold on to their advantage as the time ticks here? 3 minutes left to work with. RyaNoob still with the shotty. Tony, we've talked about it before. The shotgun, the most important weapon on this map by a long shot because it's always in play.
eUnited trying to get that ball into their C-side setup once again. That's where they put most of their points into that early round, and they're looking to do it once again. Off-screen, Sad finds the kill, but RyaNoob gonna answer right back. That's gonna be a double kill with a beautiful place grenade, but Straight Sick gonna answer with one of his own.
Double kill opens up opportunity for eUnited to get the rockets, so you can see they were collected, brought back down the driveway here. RyaNoob will pick him up. Or sorry, Spartan will pick him up. And if Spartan has him, I'm expecting some playmaking off of it. Gonna hold down Ali in the meantime. Looks like he's got a stalker to do damage with too. The ball rotates back to C all while it happens. And he gets the kill with that as well. Man just knows where they are at all times.
Oh, you ain't know? The Rockets' new sniper. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a quick scope somebody with them Rockets. Spartan putting in some work. So is KingNick earning himself an assist. And eUnited still putting points on the board, but Gilkey gonna break right in and somehow find the kill onto Rayne.
A couple big kills in the feed, but RyaNoob with a nice little flank there to sneak up on the Gilkey. Ultimately, G2 coming out on top of these slays, at least for now. They'll collect the ball, 70 and counting. Temporary setup here. They don't quite have numbers, so it will be scrappy. You can see Nick already knocking on the doors here. Doesn't quite have a chance to get too aggressive just yet. G2 gonna milk as much time as they can off this opportunity. Tony, it might be one of their last.
I will say, when G2 do get into their setups, they are so good at watching every angle, and they use that communication to convey it towards their teammates. That's what makes them so good at holding down these setups. G2 are very good at watching every crevice on the map, but eUnited still winning that gunfight, still putting them down, and once again, eUnited finding the oddball.
Just 15 seconds separate G2 from a round win here. 15 seconds seems like a mountain to climb when eUnited are playing as well as they are. Look at this snap at a Nick. He'll clean up Tusk. Doubles back. Pretty sure he got a whiff of a player as he did. That's Gilkey looking to sneak up. I don't think Gilkey hit the jump, so Gilkey gonna go from underneath and come up from behind him. Instead, that ends up in a trade. Ball gonna be down back C. RyaNoob slipped away with the Rockets all while it happened, and Sparty's still getting kills. They got a numbers advantage for this. That's a big kill onto RyaNoob. Two very valuable weapons down on the floor.
Yeah, RyaNoob tried to stay alive toward that corner, but that brute grenade coming in and cleaning him up. And I hope they know that he had the rockets and the stalker rifle. Tusk able to find the ball, but Nay's starting to come right back at him. 2 down for each team, but the third one will fall courtesy of Sab. It's not over yet.
Sab gonna welcome RyaNoob to the party there. Nice little surprise back smack, and that might be the back smack to close the round. G2, they're fighting back. They ain't done yet. That's 100 to, I believe, 57 to close out round 2. And give us a game, Tony.
G2 are fighting for their series lives at the moment because eUnited are still 1 round away from taking it and advancing forward here in the pool. eUnited have been looking very good, but G2 finally finding some momentum.
This is it right here. Final opportunity for G2 to break out of this 2-0 deficit, give us a series. And apparently Sparty is gifting free kills to Sab. He'll make it a double. Nice little movement to skate his way over to Rockets very quickly. He could do more now.
I don't know what woke up with G2, but they're slaying a lot better. They're playing a lot more of a cleaner, a lot more fundamental Halo, and I'm loving every moment of it. Excellent rocket coming in out of Sab, but he wasn't able to find the kill, make both players one shot, but they're still alive over towards the arcade, and Sab will fall.
I mean, the delay is still valuable. Best thing G2 can do is exactly what they're doing, right? You see Gilkey play the ball out center. What's even better, though, is eUnited, they catch it, right? They know these plays are about to happen, so they are seconds ahead, and they waste no time catching the ball, bringing the setup back to their own side. And very quickly, they're going to narrow that score line. Sparty, Rayne going to work together to delete the attackers, and if they lose their numbers, Tony, it's going to be very hard to push up on this ball.
Yeah, we talked about eUnited really treating things like a chess game, being able to counter every one of the moves that are made by their opponents and being able to adapt to multiple situations. One of the things that makes eUnited so deadly, but that and the Bulldog, they certainly know how to use a Bulldog.
And they've been barking with this thing all game long. That control's so important. Both Bulldog Stalker, I believe, sitting down beside RyaNoob on top of it. Spartan here to help him out. Looks like Straight Sig will get the best of him, all fighting around the ball. Rayne with a big pickup. Can he safely get to it? You can see the perimeter out from G2. They got one in the balcony of C. Just pelting them. Sparty just trying to find an answer, but that's 3 dead, and G2, they'll fight through the storm here.
Yeah, although a momentary lead going in favor of eUnited, G2 able to answer back, and they're punching hard. They are punching above their weight class right now. I'm honest, I'm loving every moment of it.
Yep.
G2 once again stealing the lead, and now we're going to see G2's subway side setup.
G2 looking to make a series out of this. And they can do it with the weapons they have. Gilkey cross the map, he doesn't care. There's a double. Still got a rocket in the chamber, make it. Oh, where did it go? Rocket evaporated, but at least he's still alive.
Great job for Gilkey to try to stay alive. Ends up going right towards mid-map, and eUnited predicted that well. Easily puts him down, but the information's coming in. Now G2 know exactly where eUnited are coming from. RyaNoob is able to find the kill onto Straight Sig, but Sab answers back. Tusk taking down RyaNoob. Big plays across the board, and 3 down once again for the boys in red.
Tony, I'm not gonna lie, I'm expecting at about 2:45 on the clock for that rocket that disappeared to kind of come out of another dimension and just tag somebody real quick. We'll see if it happens. But that would be a nice surprise attack. Either way, ball still sitting back A. And Gilkey just lining up shots. We haven't seen too much commando, but I would like to see Sab, by the way. Man got a triple in the feet. You'll see him go down. Sparty last up to do some damage, but very quickly, G2 take advantage. Look at that scoreline, Tony. They could close it out here.
Love the commando play coming out of Gilkey. This is Syracuse, New York's finest at the moment, but not able to find the kill. His tri-state area neighbor, Sparty, coming in and finding the kill. Now we see a 90-30 run, still in favor of G2, but eUnited having ample opportunity to maybe steal this round away.
G2's game to win at this point. Just 10 seconds to do it. 1 round of slays is all they need. They just need the clean opportunity. Tusk's gonna go straight through center map, maybe get some scrappy seconds off of this. 1 second, I mean, it's still progress. But they gotta do a little better than that. And eUnited not gonna make it easy.
I know what you're talking about. 9 more of those, and we're going into a game 4.
9 more desperate jumps on the ball, and we're Gucci. We'll see, though. Gilkey does have the rocks in the feet. I think he burned them out. And a thrust in the back pocket of Nick.
Nick doing a Great job applying pressure onto Gilkey. That's a pivotal win going in, but he goes in for the ball a little bit early. There's still multiple G2 members that have their eyes trained on it, but Sparty off the screen able to pull off the double kill. Beautifully played by eUnited and Sparty. And now we're gonna see eUnited try to rotate this ball as far away from G2 as possible.
Hard fought battle, but eUnited, they're keeping him off the ball and they're finding ways to get it out of those baitable spots, keep it in their favor. Tusk with a big kill. Tusk looking to break open the defenses of eUnited. He'll take 2. That'll translate to time. Is it enough to close the game? I think it might be. Tony, 95 and counting. Nobody nearby. He can sit it out in Red Room for a game close. And G2, they've given us a series.
You mess with the elephant, you get the tusk. G2 putting one on the board here and making things possible. We might just see a reverse sweep coming out of G2, but either way, at least we're gonna see a game number 4.
Tony, I think it was you that told me this once upon a time, right? Every reverse sweep starts with a game 3 win, right?
Everyone.
Well, we got our game 3 win. All we need is some confidence out of the boys on G2 to carry this just a little farther. It ain't over yet.
G2 now have some momentum. Now it's up to eUnited to prove that they're going to be able to close out this series. The G2 were looking really good in that oddball on streets, and they're not going to make it easy on eUnited. And once we come to a game number 5, at that point, it's anybody's game.
You're absolutely right, Tony. That game number 4, we finally approached. We finally got a series. Finally got some contention on the side of G2 and eUnited, forced to wake up, forced to play just a little bit harder. We talked about this coming in, the storyline of eUnited, you know, wanting to break through, not just top 3, but break through to that first place. And what they would have to do to accomplish it would be they'd have to dominate G2. But G2, they've showcased to us in this game that they're no slouch. A couple replays to experience here too, Tony.
And I'm really not surprised. I mean, G2 might have lost that scrim 2-6 earlier, but they played a very competitive series with them. They really went toe-to-toe with them. I said Sab actually ended with the most kills in the entire lobby, despite losing that actual scrim. eUnited, they got the teamwork, they got the experience, they got a whole lot of things, but you know, G2, they got a Sab. eUnited don't got a Sab.
And Tony, speaking of Sab, I got a peek at the board at the end of that, right? 12 and 6 out of Sab, double digits. 2.0 in KD.
Yep.
Tusk, of course, making a massive play at the end of that game to open things up with a double, almost a triple, too. Converts it into that ball time. Looks like Recharge will be our next map, though, Tony. And G2, they are still facing match point in this series.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if eUnited bounce back. I just look at it and it's going to be Strongholds Recharge. And I think that map and game type combination work in favor of eUnited. G2 are going to have a tough time on their hands. They're going to want to force that game 5.
Tony, we've watched a lot of eUnited Strongholds, and they are damn near unstoppable on this map specifically. They're so difficult to deal with because the sandbox is so prevalent on this map. The deepest sandbox out of all of Infinite's competitive maps right here. And you've got a big map, too, with open center and sight lines to control. Everything eUnited could ever want to lock things down, it's their playground. Can they lock it out here?
If I'm G2, I'm making sure that Spartan does not get that shock rifle. Keep it, I don't care if you gotta throw it off the map, waste the ammo. Do not allow Spartan to grab a hold of that shock rifle and control the pace of the game. Game number 4, G2 fighting for their series lives at the moment. Let's get started.
Tony, you said don't let Spartan control shock. As far as I remember, that's his starting strat. He just goes straight to it. You can see he's already in pipes. And Sab might be predicting that play. Nice pre-nades over to bat ledge. Use of the repulsor to get up to a vantage point here. So early on, G2 gonna look to net some control. And a bit of a sneak attack here too. He's playing Splinter Cell out here.
Always protect the neck. And Sab able to catch the backside of Spartan. That's going to be an easy back smack coming in. Meanwhile, off the screen, RyaNoob did find the kill onto his former teammate, Gilkey, but Sab having that added control. You know how important that is.
Look at him stay alive in this situation, just barely. That repulsor coming in clutch. We talked about the value of the sandbox on this map. Unfortunately, he's got no more left to work with, but high ground he does have. There goes Nick. But can he stay alive? Just skating back and forth. No idea how he's pulling off these plays, but Sparty will finally deal with them.
He's a tricky kill right there. Excellent use of repulsor to delay his life, but sadly wasn't able to gain his shields back. And 3 down once again. Go G2's going to switch gears over towards Rayne, who's trying to catch a backside over towards A and catches a couple shots onto straight stick while doing it.
You can see Rayne trying to take advantage of that little remote detonation. Either that or he's just predicting head level with his reticle. The man's so aware of where to place that shot with this vantage point. A lot of shots to place. Gonna dive into straight sink here. Looking for a second on Gilkey. Oh, so close. Both of them gonna dip back. You can see he's already ready for that counter.
And look at the teamwork coming in out of eUnited. Rayne doing an excellent job of putting that player down to one shot, and then RyaNoob just gonna grapple in like Peter Parker, comes in with the easy kill. Sab gonna go down as well, and once again the numbers advantage in favor of eUnited.
And if they continue to lock it down, they get access to that camo at bottom mid as well. Just spawned up. Rayne gonna try to just take their attention over on A. He doesn't last long though. Tusk deals with them. Gilkey out bottom center. Tusk does dip in for the camo. Looks like he's got it. Gilkey can fly forward, take the damage. Tusk might be able to just barely stay out of this fight. You can see RyaNoob chasing him down. Nades going off too. You gotta get away from this. It looks like he'll stay alive.
G2 starting to make something happen. We have a double cap in the hands of it. We also have camouflage going towards
nice.
and defining the double kill. That's going to be a bull true hand delivering that sword to Tusk.
Wow.
G2 once again bouncing back.
Tony, what's he shooting him with there? Was he just pre-firing into the Stronghold, or was he using the Disruptor pistol? Because Tusk is taking damage before he enters the fight, but this one he'll come out on top of. There's the sword to take back A. G2, they are not done. An AC hold. The spawner's up in gold. They got the perimeter too.
And that's one thing that makes the sword so dangerous. When you already have that double cap and your job is just to deny access towards a certain point, that's what the sword wants to do.
Right.
It wants to close the distance and force the enemy team to overextend, to come towards them, and end up right towards the black screen, off the screen. Gilkey finding the first kill. We do see them actually grapple right over towards safety, so G2 just want to get their numbers, and we want to stay alive.
But how do you stay alive when this man has a shock rifle, Tony? We talked about this. The biggest key to success for G2, shut down Sparty before he picks up a shock. Because once he starts connecting shots, he doesn't stop. There goes Sab. He's gonna stay up. Deficit in numbers, 92 and counting is G2 doing a great job to lock down AC. But Spartan, he's coming in.
eUnited right now just looking for their first couple picks. They're looking for that first kill so they can snowball from there, and sadly they're not going to find it. Tusk ends up finding the kill onto RyaNoob, but luckily KingNick and eUnited answers back, but somebody's going packing. Sayonara, KingNick, and the same to you, Sparty.
Straight stick going huge right there. Not only does he get the kills, leaves an opening for Gilkey to come away with the camo. Sandbox in control heavily for G2 here. And the map as well, about to get a trip cap on board. Spawner's up in the elevator. And you can see Gilkey aware of it as well, but he wants that sword. And I love the attention to detail here.
I'm gonna need to know what Cal said to these boys after halftime. I'm gonna need to know, because ever since they've been down 0-2 in the series, G2 have recovered, and they're playing lights out right now. It is inspiring, in fact, as Gilkey finds the first pick onto Rayne. Excellent grenade over toward the bottom elevator side, but nobody home just yet. Either way, Gilkey able to steal away A, and that's gonna be another double cap for G2, and now Sab has the shock rifle.
Not only that though, Tony, they flipped the map. They got control too. You can see eUnited now forced to play through long haul. Sab gonna try to lock it down. Sparty getting aggressive though. He has no fear whatsoever. But you're gonna have to fear that grapple sword combo out of Gilkey. Gilkey doing everything he can just to make it difficult for them to make any links onto the hills here. Risky challenge out of Nick.
157 to 69 lead, still in favor of G2, but it's eUnited that are putting points on the board. Gilkey just waiting for someone to extend out of long haul, decides to throw a couple of grenades and make his presence known. Instead, the repulsor gonna come in, and not only that, send them off the map, but he was in sword lunge. That repulsor denied access for him to get that sword play. Beautifully played from the repulsor.
So what you're saying is it's a little Halo Infinite rock, paper, scissors action. Oh my God. Was that just a reaction too? Just sitting on the nade, waits for the slide, he cleans him up perfectly. And eUnited is starting to come back because of it, Tony. BC held down. At least G2 have an A vantage point, but what do you do when Spartan's hitting shots?
Whenever eUnited needs someone to make a play, they look towards this man. He's a playmaker. Spartan is the driving force of eUnited. This team will go where Spartan goes.
Uh-oh, look where he's going to pick up a shot. Oh, baby, we're just getting started.
Camouflage shot rifle in the hands of Spartan. At the moment, they have numbers, but there is a player trying to sneak over toward the Bravo side. Spartan well aware of it, just looking for him. Finds one over toward the bottom tower, not able to hit the headshot, and that's deadly. Now we're seeing the shock rifle out of the hands of Spartan and now in the hands of G2, and they've just got numbers over eUnited.
Sab just hit Sparty with a little crouching tiger, hitting dragon, Tony. Getting underneath that shock and looking up to delete RyaNoob as well. There's an AC hold back for G2. They've had the lead all game. Almost lost it, but still just barely managing to cling on. Look at the spawns up in long haul, though. RyaNoob and Nick, they're waiting for this. And a sprint melee to do it, but get out of my face, says Sab. That's 3 dead. RyaNoob last up.
Love that play. Melee repulse into the headshot with the BR. Excellent execution coming out of Sab. Eventually he doesn't hit the black screen, but G2 end up with a triple cap. Alex, where was this all series long?
I told you, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words here. The energy out of G2, undeniable. And they still got the shock to work with. 204 and counting. eUnited, they got to snap into action and do it quick.
And somehow eUnited still haven't found the base yet. They finally hop into A at the same time. Looks like they're making a play over for Charlie. Tusk gonna drop down and try to get the slay onto RyaNoob, but not able to get the kill. RyaNoob putting him down.
Tony, that's the box of nightmares right there. I've seen that stop a sword lunge, and now I'm seeing it stop a melee run lunge. Just to stay away from the box, I think is the key. RyaNoob just gonna light things up and then come. Oh, okay, he got tagged by that. Beautiful little sticky. G2, they're still holding strong, but eUnited, they got control and they got a camo.
I know for a fact RyaNoob is not happy with that one, but at least KingNick was able to sneak away with the camouflage. It looks like he's gonna try to make a play for Alpha. There's at least one player in his sight. It's gonna be Tusk. He needs to win the pin.
He needs this. Oh, he'll take it. But of course, a teammate in tow, ready to clean it up. 229 and counting. G2 looking to give us a game 5 in a series that you never expected. Popping off last second here.
236 points in counting here for G2, but eUnited doing a great job of not only stealing away Alpha, but at the same time stealing away Bravo. So now we're seeing some points on the board, and maybe more importantly, not going in the hands of G2.
We've seen nothing but nail-biter finishes in this map game type, Tony, and I think we're about to see another one. eUnited, they're not giving up this control easily. Rayne gonna lock down bat ledge. He's got RyaNoob over on gold. His teammates over on the A side perimeter. So the setup they need, they've got. And it's up to G2 to find a way to break through. You can see one dip down bottom mid. Straight sit, gonna try to pressure the doors up top A. Rayne, how does he deal with it? He's trying to predict the angle of attack. And he's a little late to the charge.
Back-to-back kills once again going in favor of G2. Sab gonna try to get some early damage in, but I love the IQ play. I love the fact that he backs down and plays his life, but that's not gonna stop Sparty McFly flying right at him with the sword, and then immediately, without any timing loss whatsoever, working on Bravo, but that's not enough. They still need to steal away Charlie right now.
That was a massive win on a Sparty. No way he lives in this situation. Oh, but they still do it though, Tony. We look away for a split second. G2, they don't give up the map, they don't give up AC, and they just give us a series to game 5.
We're gifted. We're gifted. Everything we catch just goes to game 5.
That too. But I'm out here on the B Stronghold, mesmerized by Sparty popping off in a 1v1. I don't even see the scoreboard. They closed that out. And G2, I can't believe this, Tony. Now it's not a question of whether or not eUnited, they dominate this series. It's, you know, did G2 just get way too good all of a sudden?
G2 looking to pull off the upset. They're like, this is amazing. I said it. Ever after Anaheim, the late scrims, the late tournaments, G2 have been getting better and better. And look at them now, going to game 5, going toe to toe with eUnited.
250-197, by the way, the final score on that game. They locked it out. G2 had the lead, and they maintained it throughout the entirety of that one, Tony. Unbelievable. And I'm just excited at this point for game 5. It's Friday, though. Come on, I'm going to lose my voice on Friday. Tony, I don't know about you, but the hype series have already begun with HCS Kansas City.
And look, sacrifices have to be made. And that means your
You know
boys
what?
gotta
It's
go.
for the
It
greater good.
gotta go.
It's for the greater good. Slayer Streets. Uh-oh. This is where we go to finish it. Slayer Streets, the most snowball map potential you could have ever, right? Like it's a Halo 5 map through and through, close quarters, spawn collapses left and right. If eUnited, if they get going, there's no stopping, right? This map will snowball.
Although having that elevation from A and looking down on your opponent is important, that PD side spawn is a trap. It is absolute death.
I like that you said that, right? You can collapse on C, but have the awareness, the presence of mind to know when they're spawning PD, because you turn, you can take them down in one of the worst spots in the game. So we'll see off the opening rip here, Game 5. On board with Straight Sick, not for long, unfortunately, because eUnited, you know they're coming out hot and heavy in this one.
And speaking of hot and heavy, KingNick gonna start things off with a crucial double kill. G2 now 2 down, eUnited having all 4 members up. And look at the awareness come out. Nick, he knew that G2 were gonna be coming out of the subway side. And there's one player that split away, and Spartan is currently looking for it.
The dog sniffs him out, that's for sure. Tusk now dead. The 3 remaining members of G2 going to split their way through C and end up on the death screen too. Love the presence of mind. Just waiting for the shotgun to spawn as he picks up kills here. Look at this score.
7-1 lead in favor of eUnited. G2 are feeling the pressure on board. Now it's Spartan tries to get his way up toward the B stairs, ends up catching a grenade. Tusk and Sab getting back-to-back kills. 3 out of 4 members go down for eUnited. G2 always ready to strike back.
G2, they got to bite back and they got to do it early. The earlier, the better. Slow them down. Get a couple weapons in your hands. Stalker, Sab's got it. Where's that shotgun though, Tony? We saw it in the hands of eUnited. And that shotgun's such a playmaking tool on the map. They gotta make sure they're aware of it. You can see the Sentinel beam might be spawning up shortly here for Straight Sick. He's playing near it. Oh, he's got the Bulldog back pocket, all right. Found it.
Oh! Big kill coming out of Straight Sick, but he ends up losing the Bulldog. Sab gonna try to stay alive with the Stalker rifle, going all the way down to 1 shot, able to play his life, but off screen, Spartan finds a kill onto Gilkey. And it looks like Sab's doing everything he can to stay alive. His teammates are going down, but that's gonna be a perfect kill coming in with the Stalker rifle. Sab is starting to heat up.
He's cleaned up shop here, that's for sure. Straight Sick gonna enter the fray to help him out, but gets melted by Rayne. That's some insight for Sab, though. He knows where he is. Can he collapse and conquers? Rockets up, center back here. Rayne's got a whiff of where Sab is. He's not going to let him out of here easy.
Ooh.
And those weapons just went down and into Rayne's hands in the kill feed. eUnited, they're cleaning up as well, so the Rockets did too. 16-7, and they've got everything, Tony.
G2 are in trouble. eUnited are really starting to dictate the pace of the game, and they're really starting to run things here. 16-7 lead, like you said, still in favor of eUnited. RyaNoob having the Rockets in hands and immediately trying to apply pressure onto the G2 roster. That's going to be a double kill. One Rocket. What happened? Where does Rocket go?
That didn't happen, Tusk. You know what? Slide jump be OP in this game, Tony. I don't know. He skated out. But he needs to live. 20-9 off that play.
I demand a recount on that one. I am not happy with that.
I don't know. I'll take, if I'm on G2, I will take those to the bank 100%. Take anything you can get. Gilkey gonna have to just stand on the water cooler in the meantime. Man needs to live. Oh my. Is that the Terminator or Rayne? I can't tell the difference.
24 kills and counting here for eUnited on board with Rayne coming out of the boys in red. And that's the one thing eUnited are so good at doing, and that's keeping a hold of their lead. They have no problem slowing the game down. They have no problem with just simply playing that mid-map control and forcing you to overextend, forcing you to play into their hands.
Wait for G2 to make a mistake and then pounce when they're at a numbers deficit. Nice little pre-nade there onto Rayne. They don't know if he's there or not, but it did do damage. The Rockets is what they're waiting for, Tony. This is the point of attack in less than 5 seconds. We'll find out just where they go.
And eUnited have made it a point to shut down Gilkey. Gilkey just putting his first kill on the board right there. And even the same thing for eUnited, making them feel the pressure. That's going to be a killing spree coming out of Rayne. We're going to switch on board. Gilkey's not able to get away with the rockets. 3 down once again go G2, and eUnited are going to take advantage.
Gilkey, he picked up the rocks. He hit the YY to try to reduce the time to shoot. It just wasn't enough. I wonder if he drop comboed the rocks, if he would have got the kill out. Either way, it's done and dusted. 30 to 15, 15 kill advantage. Sparty finds the rockets. He'll bring it back to safety. And once again, eUnited working with weapons here.
G2 are trying to do everything they can to slow down eUnited. eUnited are simply having their way. They're just looking too comfortable here in Game 5 as Spartan taking down straight sick. It looks like Tusk gonna go down as well. eUnited clearing out the subway side of the map, and now they're gonna start to advance forward. Looks like G2 are coming right in from B Street.
Is there hope for G2 at this point? 35 to 17. The odds stacked against them. They've got high ground, but is it even an advantage at this point, right? 35 on the board with eUnited and a shotgun. That shot, he's just been transferring hands to different members of EU all game long. Look at this, you can see Gilkey. And don't even buy here, right? Why bother jumping up there? They're all looking at it.
There is so far nothing that I can confuse for an advantage in favor of G2
It's
in
rough.
this Game
It is
5.
rough.
eUnited are having their way. Bulldog in the hands of Spartan. The bite hits harder than the bark. That's going to be a double kill. All 4 members going down for G2 as eUnited are making a statement.
Sparty's movement on that double, Tony, so precise, getting behind the pillar just for the little jiggle peek for the cleanup. Gets straight sick as well, just insult to injury. Tony, this isn't just a win, this is a steak in the making.
How do you like your steak, Alex?
Man, I mean, normally I'm like a medium rare kind of guy.
All right.
What are you thinking?
You're like a well-done kind of dude.
Well done. You think I'm a well-done guy?
You look like one.
G2 about to be a well-done steak, that's for sure.
Burnt ends from Kansas City's finest.
Just don't overdo it on the salt. I heard the chain restaurants, they make it a little too salty with the meat.
42 to 21 lead in favor of eUnited here in this game number 5. And it's so tough because G2 have done such a good job of taking that game 3, going in and taking that game 4 to send us here to game 5, and for it to end like this, it's devastating. It really is.
It does hurt. You can't hang your head low off something like this, though, Tony. I mean, to bring it to game 5 against eUnited, it says something about G2's progress. And unfortunately, it just seems like a matter of time till eUnited ice up, close them out. And you gotta love the respect out of eUnited too. They don't just throw their numbers at it blindly. They're gonna wait for mistakes. Once again.
A little bit less than 5 minutes on the clock, but I highly doubt time will be a factor in this one. Rayne dropping down from the heaven side to go in for the challenge onto Gilkey. Forcing one to back down. Sad gonna extend over toward the B Street. Somehow using the pillar to isolate that gunfight. It'll finally go down as the 44th kill being put on the board for eUnited. Each and every player on their team in double-digit kills.
Just moving together, right? You see that coordinated push up through B side, picking up off each other's damage. You can play so confidently when you know you got a teammate there to help you out. Did we all lose our perspectives? I think we may have. The entire, I don't know, wait, do we still see the, this is still the game.
Yeah.
This is still the game. We are still live. Okay, whoa, hold on a second. It is still 47 to 28, and this game is still just about to be completed. The Rockets now up.
RyaNoob gameplay so good that the game needs a second to catch up.
Apparently. They're playing so hot, they're gonna burn the outlets out around here, Tony. I don't know.
And it looks like only 2 more kills, make that 1 more kill for eUnited to take the game. And not only that, that's going to be the series. Look at him stand up, pump his chest. He knows what he just did, clutching up in a game 5.
eUnited, they never fail to give us a show. I think that's one thing for sure. This time that show was a bit of a roller coaster, right? Some highs, some lows. For a second, we almost doubted the team and almost believed in G2 and their ability to bring this one back. Unfortunately, Slayer Streets is it's a tough one, Tony. I talked about it coming into it. It snowballs, and if you're the better team and you get the advantage, it is so difficult to fight back from the deficit. And that right there, Exhibit A.
I think we still need to talk about how well G2 played in that game.
Give credit where it's due.
That game 4. eUnited are a legit contender. I mean, you can literally make a good argument for eUnited winning this tournament, and G2 were able to send them to a game 5. That speaks wonders for this team. Good luck to these guys in the rest of the pools and ultimately the rest of the weekend.
Well said, Tony. Unfortunately, they also lost to Quadrant, so that is not the greatest start to the day. I mean, not to be that guy.
That's unnecessary.
But I think you're okay. Come on. I do think that going to Game 5 against a team like this is a confidence booster, and it gives me faith that they're still alive in this tournament. They're still going to fight back in the bracket, and to take games on some of the favorable maps for eUnited as well. I mean, Recharge Stronghold has to be one of the best map game type combos for eUnited, so to take them apart on that map, and I think the most dominant fashion we saw from them all series, says something about their potential.